So let's look at Excel's filter feature. The first thing is, where do we find this feature? And here on the Data tab, here we see Filter. You can also find it if you click on the Home tab in the ribbon. Way over here we see Sort and Filter, and we just press the Filter button. So two different ways to find it. I typically go over here, Data, and then Filter. Next thing is, what does a filter do? So a filter can hide rows based on conditions. So imagine you have many thousands of rows of data, and you just want to see certain things. Then you could apply a filter, temporarily hide rows. You're not deleting the rows, you're just hiding them, and then you can just remove the filter later on, and all your data is still there, and it's still in the same order. It has not been sorted. So let's now select the range. There's different ways to select data with the mouse, like this, going all the way down. Or if there are no blank rows, I can just highlight the first cell, hold down the Control key, and press the letter A. That, as long as this block is all together, it highlights everything. And we can see at the very end it went down to the bottom. I could also select that first top left cell, hold down Control, hold down the Shift key, press the right arrow button, and now press the down arrow button while I'm still holding down the Control key and the Shift key at the same time. So different ways that you could do this. So now that we have this this data set highlighted like that, let's press the filter button. So right now the filter feature is not on. And if I come up here, we're in Data, I press Filter. Watch what's going to happen right in this area. We're going to see three little arrows. I click that, and these little arrows now indicate that we've turned on the filter feature, but we haven't done any filtering yet. So the third step here is, let's take a note of the different data types. This is text, sales is numbers, and the date field, obviously it's a date. So here in region, when we click the drop down, we see that we can filter by color, which is quite an interesting option. I'll quickly do that. Click this color, and if someone had gone through here and highlighted cells, putting a color on it, then we can just click that to filter it. So now I'll say clear filter. Let's look at it again. Let's just say I can deselect this one. Click on North and South. I only want to see those two. Click the OK button. And now, as we scroll back and forth, it's only North and South. I could also say this. Text filter, I could say contains. So let's just say this little box comes up, and I can say for this field region, as long as it contains TH somewhere in the cell, click OK. And it does the same thing, only North and South. So let's just clear that. The next part would be looking in the numbers. Click the drop down, and it looks a little bit different, right, than the text. Excel automatically detects what's in here, and you've got some different options. So once again, I could say filter by color. Let's filter by blue. We only see the rows that are highlighted in blue. And the whole row doesn't have to be blue. Let's just take this off here. Go to Home, and I'm just going to say No Fill. The same with this part. Just remove all the colors like this and No Fill. Now I'm going to click back up here, Data, clear the filter, this little button right here. Now I go back into Sales. So the filter has been cleared, but the filter feature is still on. These little drop downs, and we can see that this is pressed in. I click here again, and let's just click the blue. As long as there's blue in these cells, it doesn't matter what's over here, whether on the left or right, whether there's a color or not, doesn't matter, as long as in this column it's filtered down to the blue cells. So now we'll take this one off. Two ways to do that. Clear up here, or clear right there. Now we see all the rows again. Let's just look at the last field, date. So once again, there's a whole bunch of different options. I could say everything now is selected. I could deselect that and now say I only want to see January and March and May. And I scroll down, there's only 1 year. All these different months, it's the same year, 2012. So now I click this, and the only data that we're going to see has for the 3 months that we specified. So January, which is a 1, March a 3, and May a 5. So you notice that in here. A 1, a 3, or a 5. We can also combine these different filters. So the next thing is a filter currently applied? 3 ways to know. The first way is just look over here. We've got blue row numbers. So we know that there's a filter on because the row numbers are blue. Up here, it's just the default color for the row numbers. As well, in the status bar, it says 545 of 2,138 records found. So there is a filter on. And the third way to know, look at these two icons compared to this one. There's a little funnel or the filter icon, so you know there's a filter on. And as I mentioned a minute ago, we're also going to filter on a second field as well. So I will say number of filters greater than, and let's say 150. So I type that in, and now we're filtering on 2 fields at the same time. Now it's less rows that we can see. So there's a filter here and here, and we even put one over here. Let's just say we only want to see east and west. So I click those two, press OK. Watch, this number will go down. Now it's down to 259. So we're filtering 3 different things at the same time. And if we want to remove the filter over here, we can just click that and say clear filter from date, only for this column, for this field. So we're not filtering by date anymore, but we are filtering by sales and by region. Now, to clear the whole thing, I can just click this button, clear, and watch, it's going to clear both of those. They're both cleared. The filter is still here. We could remove that by just clicking the overall button, and it's gone now.